Good morning, friends of the internet. We are back again in the World of Tanks garage, and we have been grinding for our chieftain, and we are now at the Conqueror, fully upgraded. We have a stripe on our barrel, and we are absolutely trying to grind out this chieftain to get that discount that's for the month of November, 20% off on all tier 10s. I want it, and I want it bad. So it's going to save me a bunch of money on my chieftain if we can grind this out. Now, to explain this tank, I don't have a lot of seat time in it. It's one of those tanks that I've been grinding out. It doesn't. I just here recently got the big cannon, so now I can actually start doing some decent damage. So it's one of those tanks I don't have a lot of time in. So I haven't had like spectacular gameplays, but today's gameplay I'm going to show you a tactic of how to deal with an IS-7 on its perfect map, which is going to be a city map. So with that being said, we're gonna get into that match here in a second. I wanted to show you how to handle it. The only thing I can really say that I'm finding with this tank is that I get ammo racked very easily by a lot of smaller tier tanks. That's my only complaint so far, but we'll play some more. So with that being said, let's go ahead and find ourselves a match. All right, guys. So let's see what we got going on here. Two E5s, an IS-7, a Jagdpanzer, Leopard, a Type 4. We got our hands full this round. So let me kind of explain my situation with the Conqueror right now. I finally got the large gun on it, which is great. I actually can hit something and cause some damage without having just a low damage and then have to like chip away at tanks, especially when I find myself cornered or like a bunch of tanks are coming after me. It's hard to like fight them off when they're like, oh, he's only doing 200 damage. And people know that and they'll push you. But what I also find with this Conqueror that I'm finding out, I haven't had a lot of seat time in it, but I'm still like getting the hang of this tank. In a situation like this in a town, I struggle with the fact that it's not like an E75 or an E100 that has a lot of healthy armor that I can like side scrape and bounce a lot of rounds. I still find myself getting ammo racked a lot or tracked and damaged. So it's really kind of difficult to play this tank for me in this kind of situation. And the first thing I run across is a tier 10 IS-7. So I've got my hands full because if I'm in this map, the IS-7 is an ideal tank for me to be able to side scrape on building corners and just shred you apart and use my armor to its full effectiveness. Here with the Conqueror, I kind of find it's kind of difficult. I was trying to get a shot on that Laurel 40, but there's just too much going on right here. These guys are like right here at this corner doing their own thing. I see guys that push in the middle, and I'm kind of pinched right here. I have no place to really go. They decide to push around the corner. So I just kind of looked to see if that Lorraine's going to pop back up. I didn't see it. And then all of a sudden I seen it again. But I just don't quite have a shot on him. He's just not in a position where I can see him. So I look at and I see he's over a couple railroad tracks. So I know he's kind of not in a position for me. So I see these guys have pushed up on this left-hand side that was just here alongside me. And I see a lot of guys trying to push through the middle here. So I'm trying to identify some targets because I don't want to just pull out there and just get slaughtered. And so I see this guy and I'm trying to see what these are. So I'm like, okay, we've got a Carnivon and what appears to be maybe a Tiger 2. So I'm not too concerned. I could probably pull out there and take a shot. I just don't want to get hit by something behind them. E5 Jagdpanzer or whatever that could be hiding. But it looks like it may be clear. So I'm trying to like third person it. I see the E100 push in there, so I feel like kind of secure. He got tracked, so I just see if I'm going to try to push him and just like muscle through past him and just kind of pivot him around. And then that way I can kind of push in here on this guy and kind of get him in trouble here. So the Tiger's right here, the Tiger 2. So I wait for him to back up. I get a nice shot into his low plate. Somebody else hits him good, but they get set on fire. And I see tanks closing around on our right-hand side. So I'm trying to stay focused on them, but I'm trying to get pivoted because I don't want these tanks to come up and shoot me in the butt. And of course it's a Type 4. So I push up past this, try to use this for some cover, and I try to get a shot into him right here. Now the Type 4 is more concerned about this, the 57 getting around him, and then something else hit him for 1600, which really just killed him. So I come around the corner, I put a nice clean shot into the WT Panzer 4. Now, where the hell was that IS-7? I still haven't seen him, and look what I see. There's the IS-7. So I decide he's pushing the corner, so I'm hoping this E100 to my right and these couple heavies are going to flank around that side. I'm going to go out here and kind of push this IS-7. Now, I want to take note. This is a tier higher tank than me. I shouldn't be getting into this fight, but I'm going to tell you the secret that I know about this tank. Is that I know I can push up here and I can put some shots into his upper plate because I'm taller than he is, and I can angle my armor down, or my gun down to his armor at the front peak there at the little bridge of his nose. It angles down, so I track him in place hoping that those heavies are going to go around and shoot him. But they don't. They come and they follow me, and I'm like, why aren't you guys flanking me? So now I'm kind of left in a situation here where now I got to face this guy, and we're all right here, and there's not enough room. So he puts a nice clean shot into me. Now I want you to focus. I know where this nose peak is on the front of his upper plate. And I missed the shot there because I was like sloppy with my shot. But I was trying to get around the corner hoping that the heavies, since they were following me, would come around and help me out. Now watch how I put it right in his upper plate. With the height that I have in this tank as well as an E5, you can shoot down as long as you stay where I'm positioned here, and I can shoot down onto that plate. See how it's nice and flat right there? I back up, I have that shot, I make the shot again. So you can see my bullet holes right there in that upper plate. As long as I stay angled this direction to him, I can continue to put shells right to his upper plate. That is textbook of how to deal with an IS-7. That shows you how that armor on that IS-7 can be detrimental if somebody knows what they're doing and can put themselves in the position to be above them and shooting down to where that's flat. You can pin right through their upper plate. And that's what a lot of people struggle with, is they try to shoot dead on flat straight to an IS-7, and they'll never pin that. They'll continue to bounce off of that all day long. So I go ahead and I hit the E75 to help reset the cap. And now I'm going to change my attention to this 32 because I need to reset the cap some more. And now we're going to go ahead and push in, and it's pretty much cleanup. So everybody's focused on that tank destroyer to the left. I'm going to do my ultimate drive-by, auto target, make sure it's clean, squeeze it off, and just drive by like it was nothing. So, but I wanted to show this. This wasn't like a huge gameplay for us. So, I mean, we didn't do like 6,000 damage, but we still did fairly decent at almost 3,600 damage with 3 kills. The reason I wanted to show you this was how a tier 9 Conqueror or an E5 tier 10 or anything that's a little bit taller than an IS-7 can shoot down. But if you noticed, if the IS-7 driver was competent enough, he would have pushed his nose further into me, because it doesn't allow me at that point to push my gun down far enough. That's why I had to back away from him. His mistake was letting me get that 5 feet of distance to be able to shoot down into his upper plate. I'm asked a lot about the IS-7 and how to overcome some of that armor, and that's textbook of how you can take care of it. Put yourself at that angle where those flat nose bridges are just kind of sitting there at an angle, and then back up and shoot down on them, especially in an E5 or a Conqueror or something that's tall enough that can shoot down. If you're in a low tank and you're trying to shoot him there like another IS-7, you can find it difficult. You almost need to have that guy back up there and then put his butt in the air so that that plate's down a little bit further for you. So with that being said, we had a great game, guys. I wanted to show you this IS-7. We hit him 4 times for 1,338. We was able to just take him completely out of the game. So that was the whole reason for this video, was just to kind of showcase how to handle that IS-7. I thought that was a perfect opportunity to show that we were 1 tier down and we were able to just blow through them. I had a couple missed shots, but for the most part, we planted our shots where we needed to be, and we came out with a victory. 3,500, top of our team. I will take it. So with that being said, guys, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also, you can follow us on Twitter. That way you know when we're posting new YouTube content and we're live streaming. If you haven't checked us out on Twitch or YouTube Gaming, come hang out. Be part of the audience. If you're new to those channels, smash those follow buttons over there. So until next time, guys, we'll see all your faces on the battlefield. Thanks so much, guys, for checking out my video. If you enjoyed that video, hit that thumbs up button and be sure to subscribe for future videos.